Welcome to Storycraft Portal. Today, we're diving into a chilling case of love, obsession, and murder. What happens when love turns into deadly control? This isn't just a crime story. It's a tale of jealousy, manipulation, and a shocking betrayal that ended in tragedy. This is the case of Emily Longley and the man who claimed to love her but took her life instead. Emily Longley was young, beautiful, and full of dreams. At just 17, she had moved from New Zealand to the UK for a better future. She was ambitious, confident, and loved by her friends. But in 2010, her life took a dark turn when she met Elliot Turner. Elliot was charming at first, funny, wealthy, and adventurous. Emily was drawn to his confidence, unaware of the darkness beneath. Their relationship started like any teenage romance: dates, parties, and love-filled messages. But soon, Elliot's behavior changed. He became jealous, controlling, and obsessed with Emily's every move that he hated when she talked to other men. He constantly accused her of cheating. What seemed like love quickly turned into suffocation. Emily's friends noticed, but she brushed it off. She thought she could handle it. She didn't know that Elliot's obsession would soon take a deadly turn. As weeks passed, Emily started noticing changes in Elliot's behavior. His jealousy turned into frequent arguments. He constantly checked her phone, questioned her about her whereabouts, and even tried to control what she wore like a tea first. Emily thought it was just love. But soon, Elliot's obsession became unbearable. He started threatening to break up with her if she didn't obey him. One night at a party, Emily was talking to an old friend. Elliot saw them and lost control. He grabbed Emily's wrist tightly and pulled her aside, his face red with anger. "Don't ever embarrass me like that again," he hissed. Emily was scared, but she still believed she could fix things. Her friends warned her, but she didn't listen. She didn't realize she was trapped in a toxic relationship, one that would soon become deadly. Elliot's anger grew worse. He wasn't just jealous. He was possessive and violent. He started making threats. Whenever Emily ignored his calls or spent time with her friends, he would send angry messages. One night, Emily received a chilling text. "If you ever leave me, I'll kill myself. And maybe I'll take you with me." Emily was scared. She wanted to leave him, but she was afraid of what he might do. She started avoiding him, spending more time with her friends. But Elliot wouldn't let her go so easily. One evening, he showed up at her house unannounced, demanding to see her. When she refused, he punched a wall in rage. Emily's father saw this and warned her, but she was still unsure. What she didn't know was that Elliot's anger was about to explode. Emily tried to distance herself, but Elliot wasn't giving up. He started spreading lies about her, telling people she was cheating. He wanted to ruin her reputation. One night, he invited her to a bar, acting like he wanted to make peace. Emily agreed, hoping things would calm down. But as soon as she arrived, Elliot lost control. In front of everyone, he grabbed her by the throat and yelled at her. People separated them, and Emily ran away in tears. That night, she told her friends, "I think he really wants to kill me." She decided she would leave him for good, but Elliot had already made up his mind. If he couldn't have her, no one else could. Emily told her friends she was done with Elliot. She stopped replying to his messages, blocked his number, and focused on her life. But Elliot wasn't done. He sent desperate emails, left voicemails, and even begged her parents to convince her to talk to him. His obsession was out of control that on May 6, 2011, Emily agreed to meet him one last time. Maybe she felt guilty, or maybe she just wanted closure. She didn't know that walking into Elliot's house that night would be the last mistake she ever made. On the night of May 6, 2011, Emily arrived at Elliot's house. His parents were home, but they went to bed early. Emily and Elliot sat in his room, talking. At first, everything seemed normal. But then, Elliot's anger resurfaced. He accused Emily of cheating, of embarrassing him, of making him look weak. Emily, exhausted from his behavior, told him it was over. That was the moment Elliot snapped. In a fit of rage, he grabbed Emily by the throat. She struggled, clawing at his hands, gasping for air. But Elliot didn't stop. Within minutes, Emily's body went limp. She was gone. Elliot stood over her lifeless body, breathing heavily. Reality hit him. He had just killed the girl he claimed to love. Panic set in. He needed to cover this up, and soon, his parents would get involved in the crime. Elliot stood frozen, staring at Emily's lifeless body. His mind raced. What had he done? Panic turned into desperation. He couldn't let anyone know that he ran downstairs to wake his parents, Lee and Anita Turner. They were horrified but didn't call the police. Instead, they helped him stage the scene. They wiped fingerprints, moved Emily's body to make it look like she had died in her sleep, and even rehearsed a story to tell investigators. The next morning, Elliot casually texted Emily's phone, pretending he didn't know what had happened. Then, he called her friends, acting concerned. But the truth couldn't stay hidden for long. When paramedics arrived, something felt off. Emily's body showed clear signs of strangulation. And soon, police started piecing together the horrifying truth. Emily's death wasn't an accident. It was cold-blooded murder. At first, Elliot played the role of a grieving boyfriend perfectly. He cried in front of Emily's friends, acted heartbroken, and even attended a memorial for her. But behind the scenes, he was nervous. Police had suspicions. The bruises on Emily's neck didn't match the story that she had just died in her sleep. Investigators started questioning Elliot. At first, he stuck to his story, but then he made a mistake. He bragged about the murder. Elliot, arrogant and overconfident, told his friends that he had taught Emily a lesson. He even acted out how he strangled her. What he didn't know was that his friends were already suspicious. One of them went to the police and revealed everything. The walls were closing in. Police placed hidden recording devices in Elliot's house, and what they heard next sealed his fate. The secret recording in Elliot's house captured everything. In his own words, he described how he killed Emily, how she struggled, and how he felt powerful while doing it. His parents, unaware of the hidden device, were caught discussing how to destroy evidence. When police heard the recordings, it was over. Elliot was arrested and charged with murder. His parents were also arrested for attempting to cover up the crime. The trial was brutal. Emily's family sat in court, listening as Elliot's own words condemned him. The jury heard the chilling recordings, the text messages, and the threats he had sent Emily. After weeks of testimony, the verdict came in. Elliot Turner was found guilty of murder. His parents were also convicted of perverting the course of justice. That Emily's killer was finally facing justice. But for her family, the pain would never go away. On May 4th, 2012, 1 year after Emily's murder, Elliot Turner was sentenced to life in prison, with a minimum of 16 years before parole. His parents, Lee and Anita Turner, were sentenced to 27 months for attempting to cover up the crime. In court, Emily's father spoke with tears in his eyes. No sentence will ever bring Emily back. We live with this pain every day. Even behind bars, Elliot showed no true remorse. He was a narcissist until the end, believing he was the victim. That Emily's story became a tragic example of how jealousy and control can turn deadly. Her family now works to raise awareness about toxic relationships, hoping no one else suffers the same fate. Emily Longley had her whole life ahead of her, but one man's obsession stole it away. This was not love. This was murder. Emily Longley's story is a heartbreaking reminder that love should never feel like control, fear, or pain. If you're someone you know is in a toxic relationship, speak up before it's too late. What are your thoughts on this case? Let me know in the comments. Stay safe and see you in the next story.